Well, across Central Texas tonight, the votes are still being counted in several runoff elections. Voters in Kyle and Pflugerville are choosing a new mayor. Buda, Kyle, Leander, and San Marcos held runoffs to fill city council seats. In Pflugerville, voters are picking between Doug Weiss and Pat McCord for their next mayor. The two received the highest number of votes of the four candidates in last month's election. KVUE's Daniel Perot joins us in the studio now. And Daniel, how are the results looking so far?
Adam, the polls have closed. The votes are being counted. We have results from all 7 of the vote centers. So far, Doug Weiss is ahead of Pat McCord by 706 votes. As you can see behind me, he has 56% of the vote. Pat McCord has 44% of the vote. Weiss and McCord are vying to replace incumbent Mayor Victor Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been mayor since 2016, but is not running for re-election because he is term limited. Both Weiss and McCord have served stints on Pflugerville City Council. Weiss for 9 years and McCord for 6 years. Weiss works in software and technology. He told me this afternoon that if he wins, his focus will be on improving public safety and infrastructure and also attracting new amenities like restaurants and entertainment venues to town. He says his day one priority as mayor will be opening up new lines of communication between the city and the community.
We want to make sure that we're getting the information out to their neighbors so that that information can spread, and we're making sure we're gathering that information from the neighbors so we know what's happening everywhere in the city, and we can ensure that we respond as quickly as possible to any issues and make sure that people know that we're responding.
McCord ran a campaign on the need for the city to be more affordable for residents, particularly when it comes to the tax rates, water, and the cost of housing. He says there needs to be less taxes and more transparency, especially when it comes to the city's finances. Even if the election did not go his way, McCord says that he believes the message of his campaign will live on.
You need to stay very active and keep the government very accountable for what they're doing. I think that this campaign, the information that's come out in this campaign has been very enlightening to some people. When you told people, when you walked to their front door and knocked on it and told them that our city was $1.6 billion in debt, they were shocked.
McCord told me he does plan to stay involved and active in the community. It'll just be from the outside and not the inside if he does not win. He says that he will continue to do what he can to make sure that the city and city leaders prioritize Pflugerville residents. The new mayor will take office in the new year. Again, these are still preliminary and unofficial results until Travis County does its canvass, which is set to take place this coming Friday. Adam?
All right, Daniel, with the very latest. Thank you so much. And in Kyle, voters are also choosing a new mayor. Former city council members Robert Rizzo and Yvonne Flores-Cale did not reach the more than 50% threshold needed to win back in November. Now, this runoff is very close. Flores-Cale is slightly ahead at 50.83, and Rizzo is just behind her at 49.17. Now, we caught up with some voters at City Hall down in Kyle. They told us that they hope the city continues to be friendly to small businesses. Others say they're unhappy with city leadership and they want to change.
Kyle, and I hope they continue to do that to build relationships in the community. Being small business, right, relationships are big. So I hope they continue to do that there. And I really would like to see them continue to support and build the academics in the school, to keep them involved. And to really build the career technology and association programs. I think those are valuable in our small community, and I hope they continue to put funds and energy there.
They are public servants supposed to be serving the community, okay, because they want to serve, instead of being in it because they want to start a political career.
Now, staying in Kyle, Bear Heiser and Courtney Goza are competing for a city council seat. That's District 1. Now, Goza has 50.8% of the vote. Another close race here. Heiser is right behind at 49.2. Now, Buda voters are deciding who will fill City Council District C, Jeffrey Morales or Kimberly Goodman. Right now, Goodman is at 50.79%. Morales just barely trails at 49.21. And then up north in Leander, Councilmember Place 3 is up for grabs there. Anna Yulan and Natomi Blair advanced from the November election. So Blair has 51% in Travis County, Anna Yulan 48% in Travis County. And then in Williamson County, tallies are similar. Blair is sitting at 55%. Yulan is at 44%. And in San Marcos, Josh Paselk and Sal Gonzalez are fighting for place 2 on the city council. Gonzalez is at 45%. Paselk is ahead at 54%.